Every day is a battle. You're either fighting, you remember from last week? You're either fighting we are either fighting something or someone. That's kind of right. So in life's battle, we are either fighting something every day. Or if you're not fighting something, you're fighting someone or somebody every day. The something may be an addiction. You may be fighting some kind of addiction that you have. Some people are addicted to smoking. You're trying hard to stop this thing. You want to know how to stop, and it's a battle. Life is a battle. Some of you have problems with drinking. Some of you have problems with cussing. Some of you are addicted to lying. You can't help but you have to lie that day. If that day goes by without you lying, you don't feel comfortable because you have been addicted to lying. Some of you, if you don't quarrel with somebody, you don't feel good. And you're trying to live in peace, but you are addicted to quarreling. And you're trying to get out of life. Is a battle. Some of you are addicted to you get angry over somebody that drink, right? You upset over somebody that is smoking, and you yourself are addicted, but not to that, but to something else. Some people are addicted to laziness. So you're lazy, but you argue and you get vexed over somebody who's smoking. You're in the same boat. You're just addicted to laziness. Some people are addicted to bad movies. Some people are addicted to, oh my God, today we have to talk about it. People are addicted to Facebook. They can't help but they have to pull up. That's an addiction. And that is going to get the brain like jello. And you won't be able to perform well in school. If you are addicted to always picking up your phone and getting into Facebook or getting into the computer or playing some kind of games, you've got to play games. I'm watching Hope. I feel like whenever I put on the internet, they love it when the internet is on. And you know how I know somebody is addicted? When I get off the internet, I watch my children. They will go out from the room and swell up. They knew that they did something. I've watched that. Now when you see things like that happen, know that there is an addiction that is taking place. And you better correct it soon. I have to look to correct it in my house. I'm seeing that taking place in my house. People crazy over the food. It's a battle. We're not bad with anybody, but life presents many battles. Either you're fighting something, or you're fighting someone. You may be fighting your husband, or if you're fighting your husband, don't say nothing, don't say anything. You don't say anything, just be quiet. To you married him, and to you, your battle is your husband. Or maybe some of you, your battle is your wife. It sure doesn't get so well. Your battle is in your home. We've been coming to church for so long, and it is expected, Vicky. It is expected when we come to church every Sunday, and then some of us would double up and come on a Wednesday. It is expected of us that we get nicer and we get better. But some of us, we come to the church more regularly, and the more regular we come, the more uglier we are becoming. Don't you supposed to be nice with one another? Husbands calling wives names, dirty names. I'm talking about dirty names. And wives calling their husbands dirty names. And you think that it would happen in the church, especially in the Grace Bible Baptist Church, because we sing beautifully and we speak wonderfully to each other. It's amazing when you go home, it's a totally different story. Life is a battle. Either we are fighting something or we are fighting someone. Some of you are fighting your children, you parents. It's a battle. Some of your children are fighting your parents. It's a battle. Some of your children are not talking to your parents. And you parents are not talking to your children. It's a battle. That's what I'm saying. Life is a what? A battle. Some of you right now, Sister Molly, she's fighting a something. You know what she's fighting right now? A sickness and a disease that have come into her life. That's what Brother G1 prayed for. I don't know who was the second one, but I knew that to pray for Sister Molly. She had that stroke. And the woman cried when she saw Brother Warren getting ready to come to church. Because for years she never missed church. Both her and her husband never missed for over 15 years, I'm talking about. Over 15 years they've been coming to church regularly, Sunday and Wednesday and Wednesday and Sunday, and she got a stroke. And she saw Brother Warren getting ready to come, and she began to cry. You know why she cried? Because she wanted to come too. And she's fighting this stroke that happened in her body. Some of you right now, maybe you're sick in your body and you're fighting some kind of sickness or you're fighting some kind of disease. I said that life is a fight. It's a battle. But before we close tonight, I want to teach you from the Word of God how to win every battle. How to have victory over every battle. How to overcome every battle. Whether it be sickness, whether it be disease, whether you have a job and you're looking for whatever it is, whatever the something is, or whatever the somebody is, I'm going to show you from the Word of God how to win every battle. What are we going to do tonight? We're going to learn what? How to do what? Win every battle. How to overcome every battle. That's why God has given us His Word. So when something happens, we don't have to worry over what's happening. We don't have to struggle over what's happening. We know from the Word of God what to do when stiff battles come in our lives. And we think that we get across this one. It doesn't matter how strong the battle is. It doesn't matter how tough the battle is. It doesn't matter how difficult, or sometimes the battle seems impossible for us to defeat. God has shown us in His Word how to defeat every battle. And we can be winners. We're not going to be losers. God's people are not losers. No. We are winners. So God who has taught us how to win. I'm going to show you from the Word of God how to win. Joshua had a battle. And you know the story. He won the battle. We know he won the battle. God knew Joshua. Joshua was leading 2 million people. How many million people? 2 million people Joshua was leading into the land that God has promised His people. And it wasn't acres of land, it was an entire country that God had promised His people. And God told Joshua to lead the 2 million people. First Moses led them out of Egypt. They were slaves there, then they crossed the Red Sea. Then they stayed in the desert for about 40 years, wandering in the desert. Moses died. The mantle was then passed on to Joshua to lead now. Moses is not around. Joshua, you got to lead. And Joshua crossed the river Jordan, 2 million people behind. And they go in to inhabit the land that God had promised them. They're about to inhabit them. God gave them a battle plan. Because when they crossed the river Jordan, this big country called Israel, they had people that were living in there, and they were called how? Last week we learned that. How were they called? Canaanites. What's the Trinidad word for them? Squatters. They had squatters that were living in the land that God promised His people to give. When His people showed up, they thought they were going to inhabit the land, build houses, but when they looked, they saw squatters. And the first set of squatters that they had to get rid of, they were called the what? Canaanites. Everybody say Canaanites. I want to show you a little journey. I love to show you a little map and so forth. Go back, Mike. Put up a map. What map is this? Anybody knows what's this? This is a map of what? This is a whole map of the world. Alright? And right now I'm standing about here. That's what Trinidad is. Now, what we're talking about is this nation here called Israel. It's almost about the center of the earth. So this is where the story in Joshua chapter 6 is taking place, about here. Alright? And God led his people out of here. They were in Egypt. And God took them through the Red Sea, came down here, and they went across this way. So I want you to see that the travel was this way, then up here, then here. Next slide. There it is. We just zoomed in that area. They were in Egypt, 2 million people crossing the Red Sea, the blue waters. They came down here, Mount Sinai. They went up here, circled around in the wilderness for over 40 years, circled before they were going to the promised land. Then they went up here, notice up there, and you see the blue? That's the river Jordan, and they're about to get in the promised land. And God told them to go and inhabit that land. He has given them that land. Go and take it. But when they got there, there were squatters that were living, all kind of squatters. You want to come back to show what kind of squatters? Next one. And this is the land that they were going to inhabit. That's a big piece of land. Huge. I didn't have time to check the length. Anybody know the length of it? You know the best? Alish? Yes, I think it's about, no, don't take my word for it. One second. It's kind of blurry. I think it's about 150 miles up and down. And about 40 miles wide. So let me say twice the size of Trinidad. Let me say twice the size of Trinidad. The Lord said, go in and take it over. But when they came in here, while they crossed here, there were people that were living there and they had to get rid of the people. Next map, let me see the map. There it is. There's the man Joshua there. And the Canaanites, that's what we're talking about. Jericho is about here. And notice how many, look at squatters, Canaanites, Perizzites, Amorites, Jebusites, Hittites, Canaanites again, Organites, Termites too, yeah. Put termites inside it, all the ites. You see, anytime you come across the Bible, you begin to read the ites, know that they were squatters, they were not supposed to live there. This land is for God's people. So God told Joshua, come on, get in and get rid of all the ites, Canaanites, Amorites, Jebusites, Hittites, Edomites, Moabites, Gergesites, Hittites, all the ites. So he had a task to do it. God gave him a battle plan how to get it done. And the plan that God gave him is way different than the normal way of doing battle. Did you hear what I said? Yes. The plan that God gave Joshua was way different than the way a normal person would do battle. What was the plan? How to go in and conquer, how to get rid of all the ites and the Hittites and the kids, how to do it. Here's how you do it. Remember Jericho had a big wall around, you didn't talk about that. Here's the plan. Tell me this plan will look. I mean, here we're going into battle. We have people in Jericho that are ready, armed and waiting. All their shield and armor and spear. They have a double wall around Jericho. You can't even get into Jericho. Humanly impossible to get in. And here's God's plan. God said to Joshua, here's the battle plan. What's the battle plan? Here's the plan. Do what I tell you to do. March, blow ram's horn, and shout, and you will win. What does that sound about, man? What do you think? Good plan? What do you think? If you got that plan as the battle plan to conquer Jericho, these squatters that were living there, hundreds and thousands of squatters, all you have to do when you go in there, this is what God told Joshua to do. I want you to march around the city. I want you to blow ram's horn, and I want you to shout. Once you do that, you're going to win. How's that sound? Someone's question over there. That's over here. That's it. Your eyebrows are going to raise up. You're going to raise questions. That's the plan, God? That's what you want us to do, to get in and shout and blow horn, and that's it. We're going to conquer Jericho. That was God's plan. I want you to remember this. Please don't forget this. God's ways are, say to me, God's ways are, and his thoughts are what? And also, hear me now, also his plans for us in our lives are way higher than our plans. God's plan doesn't match our plan. See, we have plans, and you look at God's plan. We think this is the way it's supposed to be done. Then when God shows up and says, this is the way I want you to do it, you say, you sure? You sure, God? Is that the way you're going to get it done? Anyway, Joshua, before he got into battle, you know how you want? You want, but you know how you want? The answer was not given in chapter 6, but the answer was given where? In chapter 5, the last few verses. Joshua thought that that battle that he was going to fight, he thought it was his battle. The people were counting on him. They depended upon him to win that battle. And he drew up all kind of plans, Joshua. And he looked at the wall. They helped pretend the wall with him. Think so? Yeah, look at that. Joshua had to get in here. And he's thinking that this battle is his one. And there are 2 million people behind him that are dependent upon him to conquer. And he doesn't know how to conquer. Doesn't know how to get over the wall. Give me the other picture of the size of the wall. Yeah, we did that last week. 40 or 15 feet high here, and another 15 feet, 30 feet wall, and another 46 more. If you pass this one, how are you going to pass that one? Joshua's walking around and he's trying to calculate in his mind how to get this done. And every time he comes up with a battle plan or a strategy, he realizes that it is impossible to get there. But people are dependent upon him. He has to win, and he doesn't know how to win. Brother Butler, he doesn't know how to win. But he has to win. I'm here tonight to teach you how to win every battle. Even Joshua won this battle. But there's a secret in winning battles. Where's the secret? Joshua, show me the secret. But I have battles in my life. Every day, win battles, and every day I have to fight battles in my life. Teach me the secret, God, from your word. Teach me, like you taught Joshua. Teach me how to win every battle. Joshua chapter 5. The answer is from there. Joshua 5. That's the answer. I highlighted it in yellow for you. Silver, no matter what you're going through, disease, sickness, problems in the home, problems in the workplace, problems in school, whatever the battle is, this is the way to win every battle. What did Joshua do here? He came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho, so he's going to lose. He's standing there. He lifted up his eyes and he looked, and behold, there was a man standing against him with a sword drawn in his hand. Who did you bring the sword? Who told me that he got a special sword for me to illustrate this part and didn't bring it? Did he bring it? He didn't bring it? All right. And Joshua met this man when he was by the wall. He stood there and he was contemplating how to get over the wall, and he couldn't figure it out. And the Bible said there was a man that came that was standing right opposite Joshua, and he had a sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Who are you, sir? Are you an enemy? Are you against us, or are you for us? You read Joshua 5:14, everybody. On 3, 2, 3. And he said, That's it. That's how you win every battle. Joshua knew exactly who this man was. This is about 1,500 years before Jesus came into the world as a baby. Jesus showed up in front of him with a sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua asked, Are you an enemy or are you a friend? And he said, I am come here as captain. Jesus is seen here as who? Captain, commander, and chief. Everybody say captain, commander, and chief. Say it again. Captain, commander, and chief. Jesus showed up as captain, commander, and chief of the Lord of hosts, or the armies of heaven. Joshua and Joshua spotted. It's amazing. Joshua, Jesus came about 1,500 years after, born as a baby. And when Jesus, this is the pre-incarnate appearance of Christ, when Jesus stood in front of Joshua in front of the wall, it's amazing how Joshua quickly recognized him. And as Joshua recognized that this is a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ, he fell on his face on the ground and he began to do what? Listen, if you're going to win everybody, that's the first thing you need to do. Come to him. Come to the captain. Come to the commander. Come to the commander-in-chief and fall on your face to the ground and begin to worship him. Amen. That's how you start winning battles. Yes. You've got to learn how to spend time alone with God. Did it? Yes. Before you get up and you rush and you go to work, before you rush and you do things, and before you rush and you do your household chores, do you spend time alone with God every day? Why every day, preacher? Because every day is a battle. And if you're going to win battles every day, you're going to learn to spend time alone with God. Get on his face. Say, Lord, what do you want me to do? Put a picture, put the next picture there. Watch out. Watch out. When I see that, goosebumps just all over. Lord, you are there to help Joshua. When Joshua couldn't get help, when he thought that he was going to fail, you stepped up and you appeared right in front of him, Lord. You give him a battle plan. Watch that. Now watch now. Watch what? I got I think a black and white one. Watch Joshua falling face down. Next picture. That's how you start. You start on your knees, face down, in worship and prayer and praise before the living God. And God revealed to him, boy, he showed him the battle plan. He didn't have a battle plan. He didn't know every plan that he had, it was failing. God said, I'll show you the battle plan. Could I say something? Could we apply this message now? Instead of waiting down to the end of the message to apply it? How do we apply it now? You know what I mean when I say apply? You know what I mean, Brother Allen? Right, could we learn now? Could we learn a lesson now based on what's happening here? Could we learn it now and then apply it in our life? Could we? Sure. Now, listen now. Let's apply. Let me sit down. Are you listening? And let's look at see who in church and who not in church. The devil here and who not here. Everybody have a spot to sit down. Ross have a spot and Nadia and Laura. That is a spot there. Ramsuk have a spot right next to Rosanna there. And Silvan already acquainted himself with that spot right there. And Ashok and Kumari right around there. Boyo and them in the back there. Brillo down this side. John and Paul. Everybody have a spot in church. So you make it easy for the preacher. So when he looks and he sees who here, good, who not here, he looks to figure that out. Alright, let's learn something. Listen carefully. If you don't fight the Lord's battle, the Lord's way, you will not win. Does that make sense? Yes. If you don't fight God's battle, God's way, you will not win. And how do you fight God's battle, God's way? First thing first, you need to spend time alone with Him. Amen. Right? Amen. You learn it? Yes. So Joshua, that's the first thing Joshua had to do, was to learn how to spend time alone with God. And when you spend time, I'm encouraging you, people in the church, and encouraging you, please, every day, try to find time to spend alone with God. When you spend time alone with God, the first thing God will do is break your pride. What's the first thing He will do? He will break your pride. He will break your stubborn heart. He will break your stubborn will. He will break your way and your plan. That's the first thing he's going to do. And he's going to humble you to get your attention. And when he gets your attention and he gets you listening, then he will reveal to you his plan to fight your battles. Joshua thought that battle was his one. He thought he had to fight it. He thought he had to prove to the 2 million people that he's leading into the promised land. He thought that he had to prove to them that he's a mighty warrior. But every time he looked at the battle and he looked at the war, he realized that he couldn't fight that battle. Until, here's a secret, man. Here's the secret. Until he learned to spend time alone with the living God. When he spent time with God, then he realized that the battle belongs to the Lord. And he was to be the Lord's servant. His part is not to win the battle. No. When you spend time alone with God, you will realize this. Your part is not to win the battle. Your part is to be the Lord's servant. The battle belongs to the Lord. Your part is to make yourself available and make yourself open. Lord, what do you want me to do? What direction do you want me to take? What do you want me to say now as I fight this battle in my life? That's exactly what you will learn when you spend time alone with God. What battles are you facing right now? Sickness? Disease? Arguments? Addiction? Hate? Anger? Vexation? You can't pass that exam? What battle are you facing right now? What to do? Spend some time alone with God. Bring that. Don't think you have to live with that sickness. I'm Sister Molly. Don't think you have to live with that disease. Don't think you have to live your life like that all your life. Spend time alone with God. And the first thing God will do, as we have learned in the life of Joshua, he will break your pride. Full of pride. He's going to break your pride and bring you to the point where you learn to listen to him. When you learn to listen to God, he will remove from you all your fears. Some of you are afraid. You're sick and you're afraid. You're afraid what the doctor will say. You have to go and do a test and you're frightened. You know why you're frightened? You know why you're frightened? You know why? Kevin? Because you want to fight the battle your way. But when you come to God, give it over to him. He will remove your fears, all your worries, and all your struggles. The Lord will sort that out for you. And the Lord will give you confidence that you can win any battle in life. How's that sound? My point right now. My point is, spend time with God. I think our church is lacking that. I think people are lacking that. They come to church, which is really nice, but that's one aspect of your life. Do you spend time with God? I mean, really, do you really spend time, quality time? We're talking about quality time with your husband. I'm not talking about quality time with your wife. I'm not talking about quality time with your family and with your children. I'm talking about, do you spend quality time every day with God? Because if you're going to win battles, you have to spend time with God. Bring it before the Lord. I don't know what you're facing. Bring that before the Lord. Just listen to the Lord and see how He remove fears and He give you confidence that you're going to win that battle. God will give you the confidence. Who will give you the confidence? God. Some of you are ready to hear what God has to say. Because you've been fighting and you've been losing for the past months and years. But I'll never get married. I'll never have a baby. I'll never have a family. Bring it to the Lord. Bring it to the Lord. He'll take away your worries. And watch how He gives you confidence. Listen to Him. Joshua fell down. Joshua left it up to the Lord. And Joshua was ready to hear from God. God gave him the battle plan. You want to hear the battle plan? You want to hear it? Chris, you want to hear the battle plan that the Lord gave him? The Lord said to him, Joshua, I'm going to make the impossible work. And I'm going to do it in a very unusual way. I'm going to break the backs of the Canaanites. I'm going to drop on the wall. And I'm going to expose the people in Jericho right in front of your eyes, Joshua. But in the process, the people are going to laugh when they see the way I'm caring about my plan. The people are going to laugh and they're going to scorn. But Joshua, when they're laughing and they're scorning us, we're going to catch them off guard. And that's exactly the way the Lord works. He catches people off guard. When you drop your guard, the Lord pops up. When your enemy thinks that you're going to fight, and he's looking for a fight from you, he gets something more than a fight. He gets a force that is more powerful than him and 10,000 than him to withstand. A force from the Lord God Almighty. When a woman came to the church, and she brought the children to the church, and an altar call was made, and she came to the altar, and she brought her children in. And it was time, she thinks, for her children to get saved. And her children were kneeling and praying and asking the Lord to forgive them for their sins. They wanted Jesus in their heart, and they were kneeling and praying 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes. Everybody from the church left. Mommy remained with the two daughters. Everybody left. Lights had been turned off. And about an hour and a half after, the two girls got saved. There's nobody to drop the mother and the two daughters home. So I decided to take them. I told Lisa, I said, wait in the church. This is a kind of troublesome situation. It's kind of late. Service is over. They stayed an hour and a half. And there's nobody to take them home. So I went down there. I dropped the mommy and the two daughters off. And lo and behold, you know who was waiting? Daddy, the husband, was waiting. And when the two daughters came out of the van and the wife came out, he began to curse. He began to use language like lo and behold. I've never heard words like that. And I was sitting in the van, and I said, well, if he's going to lash them, I'll come out and try to defend. And he's cursing the wife, he's cursing the two daughters. You know what time is it? He doesn't know what happened. You know what time is it? You are not going back there, etc., etc. And then he looked at me in the van. And he said, I'm coming to you, you hold on. And he finished with the girls and he sent them upstairs in their room. And he sent the wife upstairs and he came to meet John. And for 15 minutes straight, he cursed and he cursed me left, right, up, down, back, center, every kind of word you can think about, he told me. And I'm sitting there. And he's threatening me. And he expects me, Sister Molly, to come out and a fight. I know that. I know that. He expected a fight in return. I'm just sitting there and I listened to him. And when he ran out, you know you can only curse for so long. Because you only have a couple of words to say. When he ran out, you know what I told him? I said, friend, I'm sorry for bringing your wife and your daughters so late, but something important occurred in church. And I said that more curse. You forget that what went on there. He doesn't know what happened. I said, Father, friend, I'm sorry again. God bless you. I left it to the Lord. I left it in the hands of God. You see, that battle was not my battle. At the moment, it seems as though it was my battle. And I said, God, that's your battle. You take care of that. 2 weeks after, a fella came to his house and soaked him 19 cutlasses in his back. One after the next. 19 in his back. They had to rush him to the hospital. They took him to the hospital about a month after he came out. And up to this day, he doesn't know why the guy came and lashed him 19 times in his back. The battle belongs to the Lord. The battle is not your battle. It belongs to the Lord. Let's have the battle plan. When you come to the Lord, He gives you the plan. You want to hear the plan? Yes, I'm excited. I preached for the past 2 weeks to get to this point. Here's the plan. Ready? Open the Bibles. Chapter 6, look at verse 1. Everybody ready? You're getting butterfly in your stomachs? You are being excited. I want to see what next. What kind of plan the Lord gives you? Right? We know He's going to win, but what kind of battle plan is this? What strategy is this? Alright, here it is. You already met with the Lord, down on His knees, spend time with Him. Hear what the Lord says. Chapter 6, verse 1. Now, Jericho. Put up a picture of Jericho. That is the city He has to conquer. Chapter 6, verse 1. Now Jericho was straightly shut up. You tell me, was what? I want to get everybody joining me. Let's talk. Jericho was what? You know what I mean? That means that the gates were shut tight. That's what it means. Jericho was straightly shut up because of who? The children of who? Because of the sons of Israel. The Jerichonites, the Canaanites, they heard about the Israelites. And they said, no, we don't want the people coming in there. So let's keep that gate tightly shut. None went out, and none, did you see that? None went out and none came. No, this is, I love verse 2. Verse 2 just give me the courage. What did the Lord say to Joshua? And the Lord said unto Joshua, verse 2. See, I've given into thine hand Jericho. I've given you the king. I've also given you the mighty man of valor. You like that? What did the Lord say to Joshua? He said, Joshua, Jericho, this is a good deal. You can't get a better deal than this one. The Lord starts Joshua off with a promise. The Lord promised Joshua and said to Joshua, Joshua, Jericho is yours. The city is yours. The king is yours. The mighty man of valor is yours. You're going to win. Before you even started, are you like that? Amen. You have no reason to worry, man. But Warren, you have no reason to worry. Simon, you have no reason to worry. The Lord knows what He's doing. He said, I know what I'm doing. Just trust me. Just believe me. Just obey my plan. Just follow my instructions. Follow my lead. You're going to win. You're going to win. Just at the very start, the Lord said to Joshua, Joshua, that city is yours. Thank you, Lord. Here's the plan. Here we're going to do it. Verse 3, 4, and 5. Battle plan. Alright, here's the plan. You shall compass the city, all the men of war, and go around it once. Do it for how many days? What did you get at? Verse 1. Okay, so what's verse 3? We're going around the city one time, and for how many days we're going to do it? Alright. Now try not to laugh. So here's Joshua telling the people this is the plan that God has given him. What's the plan, Joshua? How are we going to conquer? How are we going to conquer Jericho? Alright, here's the plan. We're going to go around the city one time, you men of war, and we're going to do it for 6 days. Verse 4. 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horn. Alright, so we're going to have an ark. We're going to have 7 priests and we're going to have 7 trumpets. They of ram's horn, alright. And on the 7th day, walk around the city how many times? Okay, so on the 6th, for the first 6 days you go around one time. On the 7th day you go around how many times? 7 times. And the priest shall blow with the trumpets. So every day you go around, have 7 priests in front, have 7 trumpets, and they're blowing. After you make a round, you go home. And you do it for 6 days. Is that what I'm saying? And verse 5, it shall come to pass when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when you hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall do what? Shout with a great shout, and the wall will fall on flat, and the people shall ascend, every man straight before. Nobody laughing. Laughing that? Huh? That's it? March? Blowing horn? Ram's horn? And carry an ark and shouting? And I said, is that it? Makes sense? Look at the picture there now. Fellas walking around. What's here? This is what you have to do. This is the plan. You go around this wall, 46 feet high, turn the ark, and in front, make sure you have 7 priests blowing around horn. Next picture. That is where we're going to win, Russ. With blowing horn, carrying the ark, and marching. Can you imagine? You have an next picture? Yeah, what's it? Let me get a more real here. Watch. Hey, watch this, watch this. On day 1, they marched around, they blow, and they went home. You know what I found out? You know what I found out? The Lord told them when you go home, right? Just hang out. And when you start going up the next day, start again. One time, blow, and go home. This is what I found interesting, Leo. The Lord never did tell them when you go home to pray. And to have a 24-hour prayer from morning straight up to evening. And then come back the next day and march again. Did the Lord tell them that, John? No. Oh, what he said what? Go home and hang out. You know why? Just hang out? Because the Lord already told Joshua that the city is yours. It's a promise that the Lord already made. It's yours. So that. I don't just something I was thinking. And it's father and something. Just so that's right in the middle of the message. What we were talking about, Sister Betty? What we were talking about? What were we talking about? Oh, so day 1, what's that? Day 1 they march. Blow it, and they go home and they sit down and they chill it out. Day 2, no, people in Jericho watching. They're ready for them. They're watching day 2. Going around, blowing horn, carrying a piece of wooden box, going home. Day 3, same thing. Oh, did people mad? These people mad? What are they doing? You can imagine day 4 how they were laughing at them. What's wrong with these people? What's the point in all this? Marching, blowing horn, ram's horn, and then going back home. Don't you know that this is a sophisticated society that we are living in? The people in Jericho are muttering. What old-fashioned thing is that to try to defeat us by blowing ram's horn? And this is a sophisticated society. What foolishness is that? Is that the way they think that they're going to win battles? By the way, every society that comes along thinks that it's sophisticated. The people on the outside say, watch out. You think when you come to church, they think they agree with you coming to church? They laugh at you too. Just like the people inside Jericho were laughing at them, they laugh at you too. Where are they going on Sunday? What are they dressed up like that and going on tie? What are they walking with in the hand? A Bible? Don't you know that this is 2019, people don't do that no more. Hymn books. And then in the church you have people coming and kneeling. kneeling and praying. And all this crazy thing about it. And then they say that they get saved. And then they take them by the ocean and they dip them. What is this? Under the water. And they come up. And I think how they call it? They call it how? Baptizing. We never hear things like that. That's crazy. Man. Baptizing. And then on top of that, one day I went in a church and I saw a table set in front. And they had, I don't know if they had, I think they call it wine in a little, a little cup. And then they have bread cut up. And then they give everybody a piece of bread and they give everybody a piece of wine. And they say the bread, somehow they say they represent that they represent. These people mad. They have to be crazy people. They have to be out of their mind. And they come every Sunday. I think they say they do it once a month. They go to the Lord's Supper. The people in Jericho were looking day 4 and day 5 and they were, oh God. Crazy. Set up. Man, dumbo. Donkey people. What are you doing? What are you doing? Round the horn. Yeah, I mean, I practice a laugh when I'm I practice that. I just didn't laugh like that, practice that. People crazy up there. And they were the ones who were armed. You look at these people calling them crazy. Don't know, they say that Joshua met this guy with a sword somewhere next to the wall and give him that plan. They think that plan will beat us. Day 7. Early in the morning. I don't think that the Hebrews, I don't think they went to bed that night. They wanted to see what was going to take place that morning. What's your Bibles? Verse 11. Stay with me now. Watch. So the ark of the Lord compassed the city once. And they came into the camp and they did what? Everybody, what did they do? Did they go home and pray then? Did they go on fasting? Did they go and pick up their tambourine? What did they do? Lord, you would Lord put their children out. The Lord already said that's yours. What? Joshua rose early in the morning and the priest took up the ark of the Lord next side. And the second day they compassed the city once and they returned to the camp. And they did it for how many days? And they came to, and it came to pass on the 7th day that they rose early about the dawning of the day and they compassed the city after the same manner 7 times. And on that day they compassed the city how many times? 7. Next slide. One day. Joshua said, the Lord already gave us the city, but hear what he said, all the silver and all the gold and the vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto the Lord. They shall come into the treasury of the Lord. Take all that and bring it in the Lord's treasury. Don't forget that I have to insert that there. Next verse. They already marched. So the people shouted when the priest blew the trumpets. And it came to pass when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down how? Flat. So that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and they took the city. Amen. 21. And they utterly destroyed all that was in the city, both man, woman, young and old, and ox and sheep and ass, with the edge of the sword. Amen. And the city was conquered. Amen. Believe it. Yes. The city was conquered. When they shouted, the walls fell down, and the Jericho knights, they stood inside there. spitless. They froze. I mean, if that was your defense and it failed, you think they were ready to fight? I think all of them were ready. And then the Bible said that the Israelites, God's people, went in and finished everybody off. Man, woman, ox, everything dead. That day a wedge was driven among the Canaanites, and the power of all the ites got weak, and it was only a matter of time that Joshua was going to conquer all the country of the Israelites.
Amen.
The whole country was going to be his.
Amen.
How you like that one?
Amen.
Show a picture of the wall for now. You're going to go home. Give me a picture. Next one. Good one. Got no more picture? That's all right. You can leave that. Now, we have got to this point. I want to live this whole thing over. You have the horns ready to blow? We're going to live it over, and that how this the horns were blowing. I think when they blew, the plan was to blow the horns the loudest, and when the ram horns were blown the loudest, then Joshua would give the command to the people, shout! Order this, order to shout.
Amen.
Just shout, my man. Shout anything you want to, just shout it out.
Amen.
If you want to shout out the name of your enemy, shout it out. Make sure your enemy is not your wife or your husband. They sit next to you, don't shout at that one, you don't do that. But just shout. Because they had to shout loudly. You all getting ready for this?
Yes.
Some of you are looking so sophisticated. You never shout before. Some of you so mute. Come on, man, I want you to just let it out. God told Joshua to tell the people to let it out, to shout after the ram song. You have the ram song? You have it? Which one do you have there? No, we want the sound.
Well, yeah, the sound.
Is it sound?
There is sound.
Alright, I want it to roll, and I will give you the command. When I give you the command, shout. Alright? No matter. You will shout. Yes, sir, you're going to shout. You know what you're going to shout? You're going to shout? See that? You're going to shout? Just shout. Don't call out this name and shout. Just shout. Just shout. Alright. Let's see if we have that. Get up to the volume in. Is that all?
Yeah.
Alright, ready? Here it was. Put up the rams on. Was somebody passing the roadside? That's the way it was? That's the way it was? And the walls came tumbling down, retaining walls, 25 feet high, 46 feet high, came tumbling down. And the whole city was exposed. And they went in and they finished everybody off. And they sent out a message to all the Edomites. We come in. We come in. That's the battle plan. What else? Give me about 5 minutes. I want to ask you, before you go, I want to why they won. Why is it that they won that battle? Firstly, point one. Write this down, everybody. And this is the reason that you're going to win yours too. Number one, we have about a minute and a half. Number one, there was a clear understanding of God's plan. What was it? Everybody say that. That's what everybody. All three, everybody say a clear understanding of God's plan. 2, 3.
Clear understanding of God's plan.
That's why they won the battle. March how much time? For 6 days, march how much time? 1 time. On the 7th day, how much time are you marching? So 7 and 6 is how much? 13. And when you march the 7th time on the 7th day, blow the ram's horn as loud as you can. And after you blow, then do what? Shout. That was the plan. That was the plan. There was a clear understanding of God's plan. Everybody say that.
Clear understanding of God's plan.
The enemy that you're fighting. Everybody else around you know what they're telling you? Because they know you're fighting that one. They say the main thing to do right now is to get even. Everybody around you saying, fight back! Don't let them walk over you. They cuss you. Cuss them back. They slap you. Slap. Everybody saying, slap them back. Cuss them back. They cuss you like that. That's what they say about your family. That's what they say about your wife. That's what they say about your husband and your children. Cuss them back. They walk over you like that. Everybody telling you, fight for your rights. That's man's plan. Man will always tell you that, brother. An eye for eye. Think it all back. You know what's God's plan? What's God's plan? God's plan, when they slap you, what's God's plan? When they take advantage of you, what's God's plan? When they cuss you, bust up them. Whose plan is that? Go back and bust them all up, man. They allow them to talk to you like that. That's man's plan. You see, the reason you talk like that is because you've been trained like that. From small, you've been trained like that. From people around you, your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle telling you to do that. If they pee on you, do what? I'm just telling you to do. What's God's plan, Alish? What's God's plan? What did God say? Forgive. Forgive your enemy. Forgive them. No, I know some of you say, preacher, I can't do that. That's God's plan. That's what I'm trying to tell you before you go home. If you spend time alone with God, you're going to come up with that. That is God's plan for you against your enemy. You know what, preacher? Forgive them. Forgive them. When do you find that? Well, show me that in the Word. Matthew chapter 5. You read that at the start. Matthew chapter 5 is God's plan for your enemies. Boy, write it down, boy. But I say unto you, Jesus is speaking. Love your enemies. What did he say? Cuss them back. Kick them back. Push them around. Slap them around. Walk. Is that what he said? Betty, what did he say? What did Jesus say? Love you. And what did he say about those who curse you? Now a lot of people like to curse each other. Let me tell you the secret. Anybody curse you, you know what to do. In return, don't curse them back. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you. There are people that use you. Those that use you, here's God's plan. Here's what God says to do. What did he say to do? Pray for them that despitefully use you and persecute you. And if you do that, if you love your enemies, if you bless them that curse you, if you do good to them that hate you, and if you pray for those that use you, Jesus said, you will be called called the children of your Father which is in heaven. Are you like that? Oh, wow! To be called the children of God, what you can be if you love your enemies. Bless them and curse you. Do good to them that hate you. There are people that hate you. And you know what's the most natural thing to do? When two people are arguing with one another, you know what's the most natural, I'm talking about natural, the most natural thing to do when a big argument is taking place is to argue back and to hate back and to fight back. Oh, what do you have to do? Do what? Forgive? Nah, this is 2019. Nobody will forgive in 2019. This is ridiculous. You're going to fight for your territory. But you're forgiven now. Hey, wait. That's your plan. Your plan never works. God's plan is do what? Forgive. What is God's plan? Forgive. I wish to God that drilled into your heart. You see, you will walk out of this church still want to get back even and still want to fight and still want to curse and still want to slap around. You know why? I've noticed people like that. Those are the kind of people who spend time with God. They don't spend time with God. So they don't get a hold of God as to what God wants them to do. So they act just like the world. They have a clear understanding of God's plan. What's God's plan against the enemy? To do what? Everybody said love them. Say bless them. Say do good to them. Say pray for them. Could you do that? You can't do it in your own power. No, you can't do that. You do it in God's power and in God's strength. That's the only way I can love you, man. That's the only way I can bless you. When I fella cursed me from left to right for 15 minutes, I stood there. And this verse was in my heart. I stood there. I said, Father, God bless you. God bless you. That's all right. No, I'm not going to act like you in return. You know. If I act like you in return, I become just like you. But if we love them, which love you, what kind of reward you have? Love your enemy, Jesus said. Do not even the publicans the same, and if you salute your brethren only, what are you doing more than others? The sinners do the same thing. Every week you're shaking the same people's hand. Every week you're talking to the same people. What reward you're going to get there? If you love them that love you, what reward you're going to collect? If you bake a cake, because the other person bake a cake for you, you have no reward to get in return. Be therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Next point. This is an easy one. There was complete cooperation with God's plan. Everybody say complete cooperation with God's plan. Everybody cooperated. Nobody did say, well, I have a better plan. I think we will add this to the plan. Hey, for 6 days, one time. 7 days, 7 times. Blow the rams on, shop. That was the plan. Everybody did what? Everybody did what? Cooperated. Everybody say cooperated. Cooperated with the plan. That's how the wall fell down, you know. There was an understanding. There was full cooperation. The plan was clear, the plan was simple, and the plan was obeyed. One more, last one. Faith was what?
Exercised.
Exercise. What was exercised?
Faith.
In carrying out God's plan. You know where I got that from? Take this, because those of you that are sending questions for, you've got to get this one down. you know where we got this? We got it from Hebrews chapter 11. You read 11:30. Hall of Fame chapter. Read. 2, 3.
By faith.
How did the wall fall down? By what?
Faith.
They put faith in God. God said, that's what you do, and they believe God. So they understood. Everybody say understood.
Understood.
They cooperated. Everybody say cooperated.
Cooperated.
And they have faith. Everybody say have faith.
They had faith.
And God rewarded their faith, and He honored their faith by tumbling down the wall, and they conquered the city.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. I want to ask Daddy a question. And if Daddy can answer it, ask Raymond in the back. Ready? Shami? Good to see you. And Radha. Hear this question. Was Joshua surprised when the wall fell down? Was he? When he saw the wall tumbling down after they shouted, was he surprised?
No.
What do you say that? No. Ray? No. You're all right. He wasn't surprised. You know why? Because way before when he met with the Lord told him the plan. And the Lord said at the end, in verse 2, he said, the city is yours. The wall going to come down. So when they shouted, the walls came down and said, yep, that's exactly what God said it was going to do. That's exactly what was done. Correct, everybody. Correct. What's your wall? What's your Jericho? What's the thing that is stopping you in life? You say, I can't climb this, I can't go through. There's no way that I'm going to live like this again. I can't move forward. My life is over right here. I have to live with this. Is your Jericho a sickness? Or disease? You say, I have to live with it. Who tell you you have to live with that for the rest of your life? Spend time with God. Bring your sickness, bring your disease before God and say, God, I hand it over to you. The battle is yours. Help me fight this one and help me win this one, Lord. I don't want to live like that. You think you have to smoke all your life? You think you have to argue with your wife every day? Every week you have to argue with your husband? It's a battle that you're fighting. And you think that you have to live like this for the rest of your life, hearing dirty names from your wife and dirty names from your husband. Children not talking to you, you not talking to children. You have to live, that's your Jericho. You don't have to live like that. The walls can come down. Amen. Follow the leading of the Lord. You don't have to live in worries and fears. Come to the Lord, let Him break your heart. Let Him show you His plan to take you through whatever battle that you're facing in life. You can win. You can win. You can win. You can have the victory. You can have the victory starting tonight. Say, Lord, like you took the walls of Jericho down, you can take this down in my life and make me live free. Make me live happy. Eyes closed and let's bow. How many of you say, preacher? Yeah. I really don't want to tell anybody, but I do have some walls. I do have some Jerichos that I'm fighting. And I think it is impossible. But I've learned from Joshua's life that I need to spend time with God. How many of you all, this is it right here, this is the altar call. How many of you all say, preacher, I need to get serious with God. I need to spend time every day with God. Pray for me that I start from tonight, that I get down on my knees every day talking to Him in prayer, reading His Word, spending time with Him alone. Pray for me, preacher, that I do that. That's how you're going to win your battle. If you don't start there, you'll be defeated in every battle in life. But I'll show you the secret tonight how to win battles. On your knees before God alone. You say, pray for me, preacher. Is that your prayer? Just raise your hand right where you are. See that? Almost the whole church. Almost the whole church. Would you please stand to your feet right where you are? Stand to your feet. With both hands lifted. Don't watch around. Don't watch who's lifting their hands, who's not. You come before God in the presence of God with your hands lifted. Come with a humble heart. Come open before the Lord. Make yourself available to the Lord. Say together with me. Say from your heart. Say, dear God, I've learned tonight that the battle is yours. I'm your servant. My part is not to win the battle, but my part is to make myself open and available to the captain, to the commander-in-chief, the Lord Jesus Christ. I leave my life in your hands, Lord. Whatever you want me to do, I will do. Wherever you want me to go, I will go. Soften my heart. I've been plagued with many battles. Help me, Lord. Help me. I want to live free. I want to live happy. I want to live in peace. I want to live with joy. Help me, Lord. I need you. Just like you did with Joshua. Be with me, Lord. Give me courage. Fight my battles. I make a promise tonight that I'm not going to worry no more. Because I've learned that you know what you're doing. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to follow your plan. I'm going to follow your word. I'm going to follow your direction. Thank you. Teach me. Teach me, I pray, how to spend time alone with you. In the matchless name of Jesus, I pray. And everybody say, amen. And amen. Put your hands together for the Lord. Put your hands together for the Lord. As the musicians please come forward, we're going to pick up a special offering. When you give to the Lord, don't give the lame, don't give the blind, don't give the sick unto the Lord. Give that which is pleasing unto the Lord. So the Lord will find pleasure in what you give. For Lord, that you will bless us offering, eyes closed and let's bow. Lord, we're going to give you a gift. And we heard earlier on in the service, honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the first fruit of all thine increase. Then shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst forth with new wine. I know, Lord, that you want to bless your people, but certain things have to be in place before you do what you said in your word you will do. We're going to give you a gift now, Lord. I pray, Lord, that we won't give you something stingy. We won't give you something mangy. We will give you something sick and torn. But Lord, we're going to give you from a cheerful heart. We're going to give you an offering. If the governor was here, we were going to pick up this offering for the governor. What will you give the governor? Will you put what you planned to put? Or will you put something better for the governor? This is not for our governor. This is for the Lord God of mighties, creator of heaven and earth. There's every hand that's going to give. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And amen. Let's sing together. More abundantly.
Oh,
and you only have the seeds. That's why it's so important to be in church. This is where you spend time with God. It's where you learn to fight your battles. Somebody said, I don't know what to read during the week. Well, exactly what we study on Sunday, that's exactly what you go back and read. Go back and read Joshua chapter 6. You come here Wednesday, you have more verses, more chapters to read. Do we have any new people here tonight in service before we go home? They come, any new people? So this is all the Grace Bible Baptist Church people. Well, look at that. Oh yeah, Betty. Sister Betty. All right. One for Sister Betty. Is that your sister, right? What's her name? Oh? Bina? Bina? Bina. All right. Tracy put that. Put Bina. Put Betty's sister. Lionel? We have Andy in the back there. All right. We got Andy there from the weeknight. I ready there. Andy said he's going to come and he's going to come and he's here. So put one from Wayne. Put one for Wayne. Put Andy there for Wayne. We have weeks ahead to bring people in the house of God. This is a challenge, it's a joy. Anybody else we have to tonight? Is that it? All right. Alfred? Honey's son, who's Honey's son? Is that Honey's son in the pic? Alfred, you brought it? Put one for Alfred. Very good job, Alfred. Honey's son. Honey's son. Wow. Is that his name, Honey's son? Brandon. Any birthdays? You don't recognize the birthdays here tonight? Saul, come, Saul. Come on, Saul. This man is 49 years old today. Today. I said, my friend, you don't look like 49. You look way younger than that. But I can guarantee you, if you would serve the Lord, you will look like 69. But because he served the Lord, he looks like 42. Come up here, so the usher. The man that ushers make sure the door is open and closed. And he lets me know who's on the outside during the service, who's on the inside, who's climbing up in the balcony. This is the man with eyes, not only in front, and he eyes behind you. He has eyes on top of his head. That makes up for the less hair that he has. The Lord give him eyes within and eyes without. This is the man here. And we have Popo's wife or Popo's daughter? Daughter, come here. Good to see you, Sharon. Come right up here, Sharon. What's her name? Haley. Man, she is so beautiful. That makeup for Popo. So beautiful. Where's Popo? You open up the book? Oh, good to see that Popo. Amen, amen. Happy birthday. 1, 2, come on. 1 and 49. Alright, Charlotte, good to see you, Charlotte. Good to see you participating in the church activities. You were here taking part. God bless you. Alright. Let's sing. Happy birthday. Thank you. God, yes. Thank you. God bless you all. Would you please stand, everybody, and ask Brother Weston to come? Brother Weston. Special thank you to everybody that took part again on the Family Day, Monday and Tuesday. You made the day exceptionally beautiful, successful. Thank you. Eyes closed and heads bowed.
Once more, Lord, we come unto you. We thank you, O God, for your mercy, your grace, and your ever-ending love, O God.
Yeah.
We thank you, God, for your manservant who have continued to break the bread of life unto us to show us